very foreigners, whether legal or illegal, standing up and taking responsibility. I'm yet to see foreigners that are documented helping us fight against the foreigners that are not documented. Because we're dealing with crime here.
What do you say to that? What do you say to that?
I think the first thing is he's getting it wrong. When we say xenophobia, it is a criminal offense. You must go and read the National Action Plan and the bill.
Is that a law? Is that a law? It's just a plan.
Yes, I mean, now,
I'm here. Okay, here. Example. Let's say I'm xenophobic. I'm owning up to it. The commissioner's here. Can you arrest me, commissioner? It's immoral. It's not criminal. It's not criminal. Don't lie to us.
No.
It's not intimidation when it says in English, who are you?
We talk rule of law.
Who are you? Who are you?
People that stand up to talk and uphold the rule of law. We can't have intimidation.
I need to say my point. No, I am repeating because they're playing into your head. No, they're playing into your head. No.
On one side, you have Nhlanhla Lux Dlamini, a man who has built his reputation on confronting what he believes is a broken immigration system. A man who says the country has become afraid to speak honestly about undocumented migration. And on the other side, you have Vusumuzi Sibanda, a commentator who believes that rhetoric like Lux's fuels xenophobia and violence. And what started as a debate quickly turned into something far more explosive, because the real question that detonated this conversation was simple. Is xenophobia actually a crime in South Africa, or is it just immoral? Sounds like a legal question, but what you're about to see proves something else. In South Africa, law, emotion, and survival are colliding in dangerous ways. Let's go to the moment where the debate begins to boil over.
I've got so many hands. I've got so many hands. Let's come here. Soweto Parliament. Soweto Parliament.
Yeah. Nhlanhla Lux, Soweto Parliament. Look, I think what's important here is for all of us to stop being hypocrites. Number one, both sides of the coin. Being xenophobic is immoral. It's not criminal.
Yeah.
Being undocumented is criminal. It's not immoral. But we are here protecting the undocumented people, which is criminal. And you're putting a spotlight on those who seem xenophobic, which is hypocritical. So if we're going to solve issues, let's just face the issues for what they are. It would be nice in this room to have the very foreigners, whether legal or illegal, standing up and taking responsibility. I'm yet to see foreigners that are documented helping us fight against the foreigners that are not documented. Because we're dealing with crime here.
What do you say to that? What do you say to that?
I think the first thing is he's getting it wrong. When we say xenophobia, it is a criminal offense. You must go and read the National Action Plan and the bill.
Is that a law? Is that a law? It's just a plan.
Yes, I mean, now,
I'm here. Okay, here. Example. Let's say I'm xenophobic. I'm owning up to it. The commissioner's here. Can you arrest me, commissioner? It's immoral. It's not criminal. It's not criminal. Don't lie to us.
No. It is
the same energy you are
when
putting
you
in fighting South African issues.
When you speak,
it's the same energy you must put in Zimbabwe.
Nhlanhla, when you speak, when you lead people, when you incite people to kill other people, hate speech is a crime.
Okay,
yes.
Come in there. Yeah, hate speech. You want to see hate speech?
The problem with us as human beings,
Human Rights Commission or former, you are being convenient. It's being xenophobic.
the problem here,
Yes.
it is
I
that
can't have two mics. Hold on, I can't have two mics at the same time. Nicolene, wait. Yeah. Hold on, Ike, hold.
Yeah,
Just finish
okay,
your
I'm
point.
finishing. Let me finish
your
the point and sit down. Let me finish.
That's a crime.
Being xenophobic is immoral. It's not criminal. You used to hate, but you see, this is why the country's upside down. Look, he doesn't have the mic speaking. So what must happen now? Must you hijack the show?
No.
Is this now a South African parliament where
Let him finish. Let him finish. You finish in time.
Yeah,
Quickly.
thank you.
Finish.
Thank you. Respect the man. This is his show.
Now pause right there, because in that moment, Lux does something very deliberate. He flips the entire moral conversation upside down. Most debates about immigration begin with one assumption, that xenophobia is the central problem. But Lux reframes the battlefield. He argues illegal immigration is the crime, while xenophobia, in his words, is simply immoral but not illegal. Now, whether you agree with him or not, understand what he's doing rhetorically. He's challenging the legal framing of the debate itself. He's telling the room, you're focusing your outrage on the wrong thing, and instantly, you can feel the temperature in the studio rising, because for many people watching, that statement hits a very sensitive nerve. But Lux isn't finished, because he pivots the conversation to something else entirely. Watch what happens next.
So you used to head Human Rights Commission. You used to head Human Rights Commission. When a South African, that's a sellout. Wait.
I'm not a sellout.
You used to head Human Rights Commission.
We have
You to hate human rights.
Hold on. Can
Must I deal with her or you
finish
deal
your
with
point?
her?
Just-
Must I deal with her or you deal with her?
No, finish the point.
Right, sure.
Finish the point quickly.
You
Can
to
we
hate
allow
human
him to
rights.
finish the point? Sorry. Can you just allow him to finish the point?
Don't raise your voice, raise your point of argument. It's not EFF house this one. Now here's what I'm saying to you.
This is
You
where
used
the
to-
problem is.
You used to
Let us.
no, Erikifete ke bua le wena o bue.
Okay, hold on. Tanta,
Amen.
just a quick point.
Yeah, because I'm not going to allow anyone to
Yeah.
speak if this is the nature of how they raise
Okay.
arguments disturbing
Who are you?
people.
No, make your point.
I'm not you, definitely. That's why.
So you can't stop us from talking.
Yeah, I can. Do you want me to show you? The show can stop. Rubosa inyova twaso uthanda.
Guys, the show. Hold on, Tanta. Hold on.
It's not intimidation when he says in English, who are you?
We talk rule of
Who are you? Who are you?
People that stand up to talk
Okay,
and
no.
uphold the rule of law. We can't have intimidation.
I need to say my point. No, I am repeating because they're playing into your head. No, I must say a point and sit down. I haven't said my point.
But you are taking
You allow
too
these Zimbabweans and the former whatever it is who used to be under the pockets of Zimbabweans to stop me from talking.
You are talking too long to talk.
But
Make
I'm
your
not.
point.
I'm respecting the show.
Okay,
They are talking while I'm trying to talk.
make your point quickly.
Yeah, my point is he used to head Human Rights Commission. In Soweto, people die every day called South Africans. Human Rights Commission, we've marched to you as the young people of Soweto. Part of what we request is that you bring an office in Soweto so that you can protect the South Africans that are in Soweto. Unless the definition for human rights is that it's human rights that are not from South Africa. Because the South African human rights, you don't respond to us when you don't have electricity. Electricity is a basic human right. But when we lack electricity, 8 years without electricity in Soweto in some communities, where's human rights statement around the point? Stop being a hypocrite. If you want to take the country forward, let's unite for real and not pretend here.
Thank you very
Really
much.
don't know statement around the point. Stop being a hypocrite. If you want to take the country forward, let's unite for real and not pretend here.
Thank you very much.
Really don't know
Make your point. That's okay.
And this is where the debate changes direction completely. Luck stops arguing about immigration law, and he starts talking about neglect. He says, people in Soweto live without electricity for years. Communities face crime every day. And when South Africans complain about these issues, he believes institutions remain silent. So his argument becomes, why is the outrage louder for foreigners than it is for struggling South Africans? Now, whether you agree with that or not, understand why that argument resonates with many people, because South Africa is facing a deep economic crisis. Unemployment is extremely high, public services are collapsing in many areas, electricity shortages have become normal, and when a society is under pressure like that, migration debates become highly emotional. People begin asking difficult questions about resources, jobs, and access to services. That doesn't automatically mean those questions are fair, but it does explain why they keep surfacing. So when you step back from this heated television exchange, you begin to see something bigger. This wasn't just Lux versus Sibanda. It was two competing philosophies of South Africa. One side argues that the country must protect universal human rights, regardless of nationality. The other side argues that the state must prioritize its own citizens first. And these two positions are colliding more frequently as the country struggles with economic hardship, migration pressure, weak border enforcement, and failing public infrastructure. That's why debates like this explode, because they tap directly into national anxiety. Now let's simplify the legal reality, because the truth sits somewhere in the middle. Being xenophobic as an opinion, not automatically a crime, but hate speech that incites harm against foreigners, that can be criminal under the 2024 hate speech law. Violence against foreigners, absolutely criminal. And illegal immigration, that violates the Immigration Act of 2002 and can lead to detention or deportation, which means both sides in this debate were partly right and partly wrong. Lux was correct that xenophobia itself is not automatically a crime, but Sibanda was correct that speech inciting violence can be criminal, and this confusion is exactly why the debate spiraled, because the law is complex, but the emotions around it are extremely raw. What happened on We the Nation wasn't just a chaotic television moment. It was a glimpse into South Africa's unresolved tensions. Tensions between law and morality, citizenship and human rights, economic survival and social justice. And until those tensions are addressed honestly, debates like this will keep erupting, not just on television, but across the country itself, because beneath all the shouting, one truth remains. South Africa is still trying to answer a very difficult question. Who does the system actually serve? And right now, the country doesn't seem to agree on the answer.